Okay, you guys, this is a new show alert. New show alert. Let's talk about Delilah. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Delilah. This is actually the season premiere. It's part one. They actually dropped 2 episodes on us, so it was a 2-hour event. I'm going to keep them separate, you know. I don't want to make the video too long. Let's just kind of go through what we know so far. Delilah is she's an attorney. She's an attorney. Um, she's probably, I don't think they really said, she's probably like in her 30s, her late 30s, is what I kind of gathered. I don't think she's actually 40 yet. And she has 3 children. The youngest one isn't hers. The youngest one is actually her nephew, who's actually been with her for 6 months. Cute little thing. Been with her for 6 months. She has a brother. He actually is that child's father. He's married to a woman who basically is kind of flaky. She's kind of flaky. Her brother was in the service, and he is staying at the VA. He's in rehab. He was injured. He's at the VA. She has the baby. Mama's a little flaky. She has 2 other children of her own. They are teenage years. Yeah, they're like in their early teens. She owns a small law firm, okay, which is 1 employee, assistant. As we open up, she has a girl who comes in. Her name is Leah Davis. Leah Davis is actually a friend. She's an old friend from college. Leah Davis is she's was messy. She was kind of messy. She's kind of messy when they were in college. She's a little messy in her real life. Not really accomplished so much. She had a decent job working for a company, Osborne. Osborne is the name of the company. And they do some government contracting and different things like that, or some whole situation with transistor radio that it scrambles frequencies constantly. So there's something going, there's the whole thing about this transistor radio. The whole situation is kind of weird. It's very Aaron Brockovich-esque. It's that whole kind of feeling, the whole whistleblower type of situation that we got going on here. Leah's whole thing is the wrongful firing from the company. She comes in right away. She's talking about how she's being watched. Her life and her finances are in shambles, okay? There's a suspected affair between her and Mr. Osborne, who's a white man, Republican, very Republican, very white. There is talk of a drunk domestic charge against Leah, and then she lost her job, okay? All this business about watching eyes, and after she left that office asking for help from Delilah, got a phone call that people knew she was there. So it was becoming very evident real quickly that this was like it's kind of deep. Like, what is really going on here? Then we get this whole thing that it goes into. There's a guy who is the designer of the equipment, the radio. His name is Mr. Chez. Delilah goes around. She ends up meeting up with her girlfriend. Her girlfriend's name is Tamara. Tamara is her best friend. She's an attorney as well. she was in college with Leah and Delilah. Tamara's already telling her from the door, girl, don't get messed up with nothing with Leah. You know Leah's a damn mess. So they go through that whole thing. She's like, oh, I ain't gonna do it, I ain't gonna do it. But then as some of the weirdness start happening, she's like, I don't know about this. Tamara works for a large firm, and she's been there, and she's been trying to make partners. She's been there for, I think she said 12 years, and she's been trying to make partner in all of this, okay? So it ends up breaking all the way down to Osborne ends up going to Tamara's outfit, and they put Tamara onto the job because they heard about the fact that Delilah's on the other job. So it ain't nothing but a whole thing of, it was a slick move. It was really to put black woman on black woman, and hopefully they can hash it out. Okay? Hopefully they can go ahead and hash it out. Sort of very much whoever actually gets this case and wins this case could actually make partnership with the firm and all that. Tamara's like really, really interested. Tamara then ends up going and meeting up with Delilah and basically tells Delilah, you know, we've gone 20 years without actually going up against each other. Why would we go against each other now with this? And she basically was telling her, you know, I have all the resources by which to beat you, really. So, like, why are we even going to do all this? My company will take you down. You're going to lose, and you're going to lose bad. You know, it's not going to do anything for your business. It's probably going to fold your business. And I'm like, okay. And again, it was one of them things like, listen, I want what I want, and yes, we're friends. I think you should back away from it and don't take the case. And if you do, I'm going to steamroll over you. It just kind of is what I'm like, well, that's not very friendly, you know. Here's what it is. Delilah got uneasy feelings about the whole little situation. Thinks that there's more to it, that it's not just a wrongful firing. She's starting to believe that there's a whole whistleblower situation going on here. Like I said, very Aaron Brockovich type of situation. So she ends up, because she goes over and when she tells Leah that she's going to take the case, Leah was like, oh no, girl, you know, when you made the phone call and they found out you were on it, you must have scared them, girl, because they came and they sent me these papers. And she's like, if I turn over all the papers, they're going to give me like $50,000 and I can just go ahead. It's like a year's salary and I'm good to go. And she's like, no, something ain't right. And you could probably get more. Leah's a mess. So all she gets talking about was, she says, you think I could get $1 million? She's like, probably more than that if it's, you know, a situation really going on. It could be more than that. She's like, how about like 5,000? She's like, girl, maybe. It's like, girl, you just don't need to do it. They wanted her to give all her passwords to all her social media and all of that. She's like, girl, I just make new accounts. She's like, no, girl, something's wrong that they want you to sign off and they ain't giving you time. They want you to do this. She's like, don't sign those papers. So she ended up trusting Delilah. She takes out and she goes to talk to Gary Chez herself. When she goes to see him and the wife, they're very standoffish and they're like, just go away. We don't want no trouble. We're being watched. This, that, thing, and the other. Just go away. In the midst of her leaving, it was really strange. And then in the midst of her leaving, she sees this white guy in this truck. And he's looking very suspect. So it's like really ramping up. She has a little discovery guy that she works with named Max. And she had actually called him, tell him to get on it and everything. Tell him to check on the guy that was stalking at home and everything like that. So a little bit after that, she ends up getting a phone call. And Gary Chez says, you know what? I'm going to talk to you. I got some things I want to talk to you. We got to meet. And he gives her a date, the time they're going to meet. In the meantime, we run into a little situation. We see the brother. He's in a wheelchair and all of this. And they've set up a date that the mother's supposed to be taking the little baby boy back. Okay? So they get there. She has his little stuff and everything. The mother flakes out. She doesn't show up. She doesn't show up. Um, the father's telling, which is Delilah's brother, telling she needs more time, this, that, thing, and the other, on and on and on. Basically, she flaked. He's making excuses for her and everything like that. He is going to be released in 6 weeks himself, and she kind of is acting like she can't be bothered with him either. But again, he's making mistakes, saying, she begged me not to go back for that second tour of duty, and then I got hurt, and this, that, thing, and all of that. One other thing that went on, there's a chick named Miss Barnes. She is really a bullshitter. Okay, probably going to be a fantastic lawyer at some point. She just be bullshitting and lying, but she got a little way about her. She nosy as hell. And although she had actually came to talk to Delilah and all of this kind of carrying on. So it was a hilarious meeting watching her lie and maneuver and carrying on, and she sent her on the way. I think the last time we're going to see her, though. Sent her on the way. Delilah's getting all ready for the whole little thing. She ends up, like I said, going over to she's supposed to go over to talk to Gary. Okay. She sent Max to check on the man with that stalking and all that. Looks up and finds out. He goes over, he says, is the man he calls her, Max calls her back and says, is that man really still stalking the house? He says, no, the guy's not stalking the house, but there's an ambulance here and Gary Chez is dead. And that's where the first episode ends out. So I said, okay, it was a lot of stuff that was crammed in to this. Also, you got the daughter and the son. The daughter and the son, their dad is messy. He's messy. He ain't shit. Okay? Her kid's his father. Cute, but he ain't shit. And yeah, he just ain't shit. That's all I can say. She's trying to get $200 child support and couldn't even get it from him. He just old ain't shit. The daughter is gifted in playing the violin. The little boy can sing, but he just kind of is just being a boy, He doesn't want the little boy there. He's kind of jealous, and he doesn't want to share his space, okay? Because he's the baby. He don't want to share his space, that kind of thing. So this is the thing she has going on, the normal stuff. But this stuff is crazy. And then when Mr. Chez end up dead, it's like, girl, I mean, all the signs that you need to back away are there. But again, if you proceed forward, it could blow you up as a lawyer. She could become extremely famous, but you could become extremely dead. They walk around killing people and carrying on, yeah, you could become dead. You could wake up dead. So that's end up where we end up at. Pretty good show. Pretty good show. Not too bad. Not too shabby. I'm on board. We're going to be watching. Keep on watching. I'll see you back here. Check out episode 2. I'm getting ready to do that video now. All right, you guys. Later.